want to continue in the series, the Torah is the Bible is Torah. We'll go to Ecclesiastes. Chapter 12, and the last couple verses there, especially the verse that starts us off, a verse that is given to us periodically, that we'll hear or have heard growing up or in church or attending church. But it is Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verses 13 and 14. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Elohim and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. For Elohim shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good, whether it be evil. And so what is Solomon telling us to keep? His commandments. And what is his commandments are contained in a Torah. So we are to be learning, searching out the Torah, starting to walk in it, strengthen our walk in it, and to keep what we find there as applicable, especially the 10 Commandments, the dietary restrictions, especially the Moedim, his holy days that he gave to us in Leviticus 23 to observe and to celebrate and to worship him by. So it's the whole duty of man to keep his commandments, and it's fitting that starts in verse 13 that says this, because 13 is the number of rebellion. And so what has just about all the body done and is doing currently here in this time, in this age, they are not following and observing the commandments, the Torah. And so, because of our upbringing, our indoctrination, the commandments of men, our blind pastors, we, the body as a whole, is in rebellion against the Most High, because we are not, as a whole, fearing him and keeping his commandments, observing his Torah, and producing those fruits of obedience. And yes, that is what we are grafted into. Read Paul's letters over again, you'll see it was Torah, observant and taught Torah, and we are grafted into Yasharel, or what you know as Israel, adopted by the Father into his family to learn the ways, his ways, to learn the ways of the family of faith, which he had set forth. And it says here in Deuteronomy 8, since we're all grafted in, we're grafted in and joined to him in a covenant when we are born again. And we are grafted in, like I said, to Israel, to the Torah, to the commandments, to this covenant at Mount Sinai that was the marriage covenant, where we become joined to him in that marriage covenant containing the 10 Commandments in the Torah, where he says in chapter 7 of Deuteronomy, after the people receive, they say I do, they accept, they take the vows, they accept the covenant, come into covenant. We see in chapter 7 verse 9, know therefore that the Lord thy God, he is God, the faithful God, which keepeth covenant and mercy with them that love him and keep his commandments to 1,000 generations. And so, you see, Yasharel, Israel, entered into that covenant, marriage covenant at Mount Sinai, agreed, took the vows, became his people, and vowed to walk in his ways. And he joined himself to them. And he said this covenant is to 1,000 generations. This covenant that we are grafted into. To 1,000 generations. That pretty much means to the end of the age. Forever. Because 1,000 generations has not passed since this marriage covenant at Sinai that we are grafted into. And we're not even close to being at 1,000 generations since Israel joined themselves to the Most High in this covenant. So to 1,000 generations, it is the duty of man and the conclusion of the whole matter to keep his covenants for 1,000 generations, because we will stand before him at that judgment seat, and he will bring every work into judgment, and every secret thing, whether it be good or for the evil. You want to stand there with the witness of the Messiah and Torah and the commandments, as it says in Revelation, or stand there approved, or stand there to be admonished, having just the witness of the Messiah, but not the works. And the works in the Bible always talking about the works of the Torah, the fruit. Did you accept his Torah? Did you observe his Moedim, his holy set apart worship days and feasts, his Sabbath? Did you do your best to live by the commandments? It's the whole duty of man, and it's to 1,000 generations. Hallelujah.